You ever have that moment? You ask an AI a question, and it gives you this perfect, brilliant answer. And then you ask it something similar, and you get complete, total nonsense. Well, today, we're going to fix that. We're unlocking the secret to getting better, more reliable, and way more powerful results from AI. And it all comes down to one skill: prompting. And you know what the best part is? You don't need to be some coding genius to do it. The source material for this explainer says it perfectly. Everyone can write a prompt. Seriously, if you've ever typed a question into a chatbot, you're already doing it. This is all about leveling up that skill and making you a great prompt writer. But let's be real, right? Sometimes it really does feel like you're just pulling a slot machine lever. Are you going to get a genius insight, or is the AI just going to confidently make something up? That feeling of randomness, that frustration, we're going to get rid of that today. The key to all of this is something called prompt engineering. Now, I know what you're thinking. The word engineering sounds intimidating, but don't let it scare you. Think of it less like you're building a bridge and more like you're learning to communicate with a brilliant but very literal assistant. It's just the craft of designing your questions to guide the AI to the answer you actually want. So let's get into it. Like I said, you're already in the game. Now we're going to level you up from just a casual user to a confident creator who knows how to get exactly what they need from AI. So your first level up is understanding that behind every AI chat, there are these hidden settings. Think of them like secret dials on a control panel. Once you know what they do, you can start tuning the AI's brain to get the kind of output you're looking for. Okay, so the most important dial on that panel is called temperature. And honestly, it's pretty simple. Just think of it as the AI's creativity dial. If you need a factual, super focused answer, say for a math problem or sorting data, you turn that temperature way, way down. But if you want the AI to brainstorm, write a poem, or just come up with some wild out there ideas, you crank that dial all the way up. Now, there are a couple of other dials too, like top K and top P. Don't get too bogged down in the names. Just think of them as other ways to control how random or how predictable the AI's next word choice is. A low setting means it sticks to the obvious words. A high setting lets it get a little more creative. They're just more tools for you to fine-tune that randomness. All right, so you know how to tune the AI's brain. Now, let's build your playbook. We're going to move beyond just simple instructions and into some real strategic plays that can help you solve some pretty complex problems. So the foundational play in your playbook is called few-shot prompting. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like teaching a kid a new game. Instead of just telling them the rules, you actually play a few rounds with them to show them how it's done. You give the AI a few examples of your input and the perfect output. And that shows it the exact pattern you want it to follow. It's incredibly effective. Okay, so let's put a really powerful technique to the test. Here is a classic logic puzzle that AI models often get totally wrong if you just ask it straight up. Take a second to think about it. You got an answer in your head? Right, so if you just throw that question at an AI, it might get confused by the numbers, do some weird math, and spit out something like 63, which is, well, it's definitely not right. See, this is where a simple, basic prompt just completely fails us. We need a better play from our playbook. And here it is. This is a brilliant technique called chain of thought prompting. And get this. All you have to do is add one simple magic phrase to the end of your question. Let's think step by step. That's it. It's like a little psychological trick that forces the model to switch off its autopilot, to slow down, write out its reasoning first, and then give you the final answer. And by doing that, it gets it right. It figures out, okay, when I was 3, my partner was 9. That's a 6-year age difference. So now that I'm 20, my partner must be 26. See that? A single, simple phrase completely flipped the outcome from totally wrong to perfectly right. That's the power of a good prompt. So now you know how to tune the AI, and you've got some strategic plays. Let's wrap this up with your pros checklist. A few best practices you can start using on your very next prompt. First, get super specific. Don't just say, write about consoles. No, tell it the format, the length, the style, everything. Second, give it instructions, not roadblocks. Tell the AI what you want it to do, not what you don't want it to do. It just works way better with positive commands. And finally, when in doubt, just give it an example. It's the most powerful teaching tool you have. And the last absolutely crucial best practice that ties this all together, document your attempts. I know, it sounds like homework, but this is not busy work. Keeping a simple log like this, what was your goal, what were your settings, what was your prompt, this is how you build your personal playbook. It's how you turn random luck into a repeatable science. So here's the bottom line. You are now in control. You have the settings, you have the playbook, and you have the best practices to guide AI to get the exact results you need. The next breakthrough idea, the next amazing creative story, the next solution to a really complex problem, it's all just one great prompt away. So the only question left is, what will you ask?